Tell Azok the Colossus needs more time. The damage is heavier than we thought.
What are you talking about?
You weren't sent for a report?
No.
So what do you want?
So you're in charge of robot maintenance?
No, not usually.
You seem to be doing a good job.
Our chief engineer got himself killed on a raid. Now I've got to look after them. I'm actually a combat instructor.
So how does a trainer end up as chief engineer?
Part of my job is knowing how to repair stuff in the field. I reckon I know my way around these machines better than anyone.
Would you train me?
I'm an ALB combat instructor. You're no ALB. You're allowed to hang out at the depot. Doesn't mean I have to waste time on you.
Ah, another player in the great game of Magellan. I see your path has returned you to these icy climes once more. It has been some time.
Kar Akram, if I'm not mistaken.
You still know my name. That is, interesting. We so rarely had the pleasure, after all.
You were a scout for the Ice Palace? You were quite the traveler back then.
I never fully abandoned the work, you know. Although I am no simple scout these days.
You're being modest. I hear you're the first Alexander, the highest spiritual leader of the Alps.
You, the beast of Zakor, can call me Ekram.
It's been a while since I was called that. It doesn't fit me anymore.
And yet, you still follow the path of your former people. There must be a reason for that, surely. I assume you are here because of the invaders ravaging our planet.
There are a lot of things I have to take care of.
Well, that is interesting indeed. What can I do to aid you in your efforts?
What do you plan to do about the foreign invaders?
At the moment, we Albs are in the worst strategic position of all the Magellan peoples. And we are not as well equipped as the invaders. That means we are likely to be their first target. We must be vigilant. We must track the invaders' every move. That is one of the reasons I spend so much time in the depot at the moment.
You're leader of the Alps. Aren't you worried walking around outside the depot without protection?
I am an Elexator of the Alps. If I cannot withstand the perils of Ignadon, how am I to lead an entire people?
That's it? Vigilance? I expected more from you. Haven't you got a plan?
Don't confuse my not sharing a plan with you with the absence of a plan. I hardly need remind you that you've proven problematic for the Albs more than once. Prove you deserve the respect of our people, however you contrive to do so. Perhaps if you do so, I will impart my knowledge and plans to you. Until that day comes, however.
You could put in a good word for me with the Alps.
I could do that, but your own decisions are what brought you here. If you can win our people over, convince them of your cause, whatever that might be, then you will have earned it. If not, however,
I understand.
I can only give you a piece of fatherly advice. Be consistent in all you do. A fickle man is never as effective or as admired as a stalwart soldier in single-minded pursuit of a goal. And one more thing. The invaders are ferocious and determined opponents. If you value your life, you do well to steer clear of Marakor. They are most active there.
My head. I need to concentrate. If I don't get a handle on it, that thing is going to happen to me.
Step forward and begin. Enough. Back in formation. Next. Poor form. Next.
Somebody is sneaking around here. You better live.
Good.
Good
This
decision.
That'll do. You will continue.
Number?
I don't have a number.
Then you don't get a free meal. Even without a number, you're welcome to buy food. Would you like to do that?
I want to buy something.
What'll it be? Number? Then why couldn't they prevent the incident at the site? Presenting.
Rank?
Former commander.
Former. Do you have a current rank?
Does it matter?
Only if you want to receive your share of Elex.
I'm not an alb.
Well, you clearly have permission to be in the depot, so that entitles you to a minimum of the relevant base ration. In your case, a standard E8. Everybody gets at least some Elex. Keeps us from chaos. Okay. Special permit.
For what?
For receiving an above-level ration.
No, I don't have one.
Nominal effectiveness?
What do you mean?
State your self-assessed level of nominal effectiveness in daily work. Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being highly ineffective and 10 being highly effective.
Between a 1 and a 3, I guess. Probably.
Single-digit whole number only.
1.
Possible severe Elex deficiency. Have you been experiencing emotional volatility?
That depends on who you ask.
I will authorize 1 extra ration pending confirmation as a precautionary measure. Okay, everything noted? Yes. Let's see. You are level E6. Would have been surprised if it was anything less. Standard E6. Here you go. That will be all. You are free to go. Rank?
E6, sir. Soldier.
What do you want, human?
Who are you?
That is not your concern, but I can tell you anyway. My name is Oskill. I'm a scientist. I'm in charge of our inventory.
Scientist and warehouse manager is a weird combo.
What do you know about it, human? Warehouse supervision is delicate. Many factors must be considered. Incoming and outgoing material, individual entitlement to goods, weapons, and armor. All has to be recorded, documented, and logged. It's the only way to maintain optimum efficiency.
You mentioned weapons and armor. Can I buy some from you?
Of course not. Equipment access is strictly controlled. Only Albs have access, and even then, only according to rank. Now leave me alone. I still have an efficiency projection to calculate.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Just taking a look around?
I see. Then I can't stop you. But don't touch anything. I'm busy. Why are you distracting me?
And you are?
I see I won't be rid of you easily. My name is Cora. I'm a neuroethologist.
A neuro what now?
In terms you might understand, I study neurological structures corresponding with certain behaviors in mutants.
And how's that going?
Badly. Azok is frustrating my efforts. I can't get the samples I need without an expedition. I can't lead an expedition without a permit. I can't get a permit without Azok's approval. And he will not give that approval. The return doesn't justify the risk, apparently. Fucking bureaucrat.
Can I take care of that for you?
Forget it. You won't convince that asshole. It's just... I get so angry thinking about it.
Don't you get any Elex?
Yes, of course I do. But it doesn't work on me like it used to. One of my experiments caused me to... That's a story for another time, when I'm not dealing with expedition permits or that fuckhead Azok.
You're a scientist. You must be able to teach me something, right?
Of course. How would you feel about temporarily or permanently improving your physical attributes?
Yeah, sounds great.
Good. I can teach you something about how to make the substances to do that. You pick the time for your lesson.
I want to learn from you.
Great. What do you want to learn?
About this expedition. You said you needed samples. What kind of samples are we talking about?
Samples of these alien creatures, but I can't get any, so fuck it. I'm abandoning the subject. Same reason we couldn't. Nobody could have predicted that.
There's a theory that they blew up the silo on purpose.
What? That makes no sense.
What if the silo is almost empty? What if they were just creating a pretext of...
Subject 42 continues to refuse to cooperate. Medication will be administered via nutritional supplements, starting immediately. Medication to be injected into foodstuffs immediately prior to serving. This will ensure that experimental procedures can continue. Abnormalities in the subject's movements and facial expressions have been observed. Subject also exhibits intense sweating and shaky hands. The subject has all but ceased speaking. When subject does speak, speech is difficult to understand. Additionally, subject appears to be hallucinating. The next phase has begun. The administered dosage has once again been doubled. I have no idea what day it is today. Everything around me has gone quiet. My entire body is shaking. They only address me as Subject 42. Something's going on here, but I can't explain what it is. I'm not allowed out for fresh air either. This recording equipment is the only thing they'll let me have. There seems to be blood everywhere, all of a sudden. Is it real? Or am I just imagining it? I can see it on the floor, on the walls, even under the table. Where is it coming from? I have to get out of here. Everything feels so wrong.
Channel your feelings. If they threaten to overwhelm you, start your calculations.
Psst. Hey, Jax, over here. Well, look who we have here. The mighty Commander. Or should I say ex-Commander? I have an offer for you. What do you say?
Who the hell are you?
I'm a person like you. A person people are always judging. I get accused of a lack of efficiency. Imagine that. Ridiculous. But it would take too long to explain the details. Let's just talk about my offer.
We'll get to that. I need to size you up first.
You don't know if you can... what's that word?
Trust?
That's it, exactly. You don't know if you can trust me. Listen, I was ordered to collect Elex just like the other collectors. But unlike them, I haven't forgotten our goal, maximizing efficiency. So let me ask you, what is the most effective method of acquiring Elex?
The most effective way to acquire a lot of Elex is hard work.
Right, but what's even more effective is getting the Elex without doing that hard work yourself. It's like this. Some of the other collectors supply me with Elex so I can meet my quota. You're probably wondering why they would do that. What do I have to offer that would convince them to give up part of their yield? The answer's simple. Elex rations. More than they would get otherwise. The Elex that our leaders deny to them, I provide. But I need your help if I want to keep this setup going. In return, I'll sell you items that you can't get your hands on any other way. And as a little bonus, I'll even teach you a thing or two. So, do we have a deal?
And why do you need my help exactly?
I'm being watched. The agents, unsurprisingly, started to wonder how I always met my quotas without going out as often as the others. But I see what I do as a service to the community, so I'd like to take advantage of your freedom from observation.
Teach me something.
Happy to, but only once you've agreed to do that job for me.
What do you need me to do?
Some of us have the luxury of squirreling away extra Elex rations. Those are your target. Open up their safes and bring me the rations.
Isn't that a little obvious?
No. Their special permissions mean they can get extra rations anytime, and that's exactly what they're doing. Some don't even notice. They think they took the Elex themselves and forgot about it. If your knowledge of safes is a little rusty, I can teach you how to open them.
Teach me something.
Sure. What do you want to learn?
Hey, you! Hey, friend. Spare a ration for a hardworking E9er?
You're begging? For Elex?
Just a piece or two. Not much. Until my ration comes through. So you got something for me now?
Let me see what I can give you. This is all I can give.
Better than nothing. Thank you so much. Most people give me nothing. If you get a hold of any more, come find me, okay?
What goods have you got?
Yes, sir.
They wouldn't do that. Would they?
Who knows? A lot's changed.
Ready?
We're done for now. Stand by at the bastion.
Copy that.
Follow me.
All right.
I found the Skyan scouts. They won't be reporting anything back. There were only a few of them, but they'll likely send out more next time.
We'll deal with that when the time comes. I'd say we're off to a good start. A job well done, Jax.
About the military forces of the other factions. The Berserker Fort now has a better military structure than when it was under Outlaw control.
Quite. The plan to unite the Outlaw and Berserker factions in the fort seems to have been successful.
Patriarch Victor seems to be the actual head of the Morcons. He's a volatile one. We'll have to watch out for him.
Good to know. But if we're being honest, that probably applies to all Morcons.
The Albs have an enormous supply of Elex stored in their depot. That's where they get their power.
Well, that explains why Ignadon is suddenly covered in a blanket of snow.
Alexander Ekrom does a good job of leading the Albs. He's smart, and gives them tremendous stability. For now, at least.
Yes, intellect was never the Albs' biggest problem, but they have plenty of other things to contend with.
The Outlaws have settled in the garbage-filled crater of the comet. There still aren't many of them, but things won't stay that way for long.
Smart move. Stay in the background for the time being, gather strength. Doesn't help us much at the moment, though.
The Duke of Ateris could be dangerous. He's nothing but a criminal. A very successful one.
Better keep an eye on him, then. We can't afford any surprises.
The clerics are only just getting back on their feet. Not much help at the moment.
And we mustn't forget that they were driven out of their land. It will take some time for those wounds to heal.
Judicator Reinhold has his hands full getting the clerics back into shape.
Ah, a familiar name. Well, at least we know who we're dealing with when the time comes.
Isn't that enough?
Yes. We have enough information about the other factions now. Good work. Give me some time to analyze everything, and we'll be able to move on to the next step.
Is that it?
Almost. There's still one more thing I need to figure out. Until then, you should focus on securing the Bastion. You made Thielg our commander, so speak to him about it. Once that's done, we can work on the next steps.